and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Dami, and I am the chatty scientist, and today I am back with a very interesting video. So you guys, this video, right, I have made this video like 5 times. Every time I have a problem with the video, I actually do not know why. I always have a problem with the video that I make concerning this particular topic, but this is the 6th attempt, and you guys, I just hope that I end up posting this video. Pray along with me. I hope I end up posting this video. So if you're new here, make sure you click that subscribe button, make sure you like, comment, share with your friends, with everyone around you, your enemies as well. Everyone must watch my videos. And yeah, let's get right into this stuff. So today I'm going to be telling you those lessons I have learned while doing an Emirates degree, so a Masters of Research degree, and it's the lessons I've learned so far, because these lessons I know that I will keep learning continuously. Like, I know that I still have loads to learn, but I'm glad that I've been able to learn these particular things. And I made a video the last time concerning like an update on how my master's was going, and I remember I posted a video one time of how difficult it was and how difficult it was for me to adjust, and I got loads of positive feedback. I had loads of people message me and tell me how their own experiences have been, and just basically like I had good response concerning that video. So I decided to expose the lessons that I have learned and what has helped me this far. So yeah, let's get right into this video. So the very first lesson that I have learned is to ask questions. I know it's quite difficult to ask questions sometimes, because sometimes you might not even know the questions to ask. You don't know if it's the right question, and I always used to have problems with that. I still have problems with that because I have loads of questions in my head. Like, if you open my brain, questions everywhere. But I kind of always found it difficult to ask the questions that are in my head, because number one, I don't want people to think I'm stupid. Number two, I don't want to annoy people. Like, if you grow up Nigerian, if you ask a lot of questions, people just think you're annoying. Number three, I don't want people in uncomfortable situations. So I found it difficult asking questions, but I've realized that you need to ask questions. You're a scientist, even if you're not a scientist, you're an adult, you need to ask questions, because if you don't ask questions, how can you learn? Number two is numero dos. Uno is one. Okay. Number two is that no idea is stupid. So you might be thinking that, okay, this question or this idea I have is absolutely stupid. It's not. You need to just tell people what your idea is. If you have a supervisor, speak to him about it, and like, just no idea is stupid. Like, it's research, it's science. Like, if people don't work on their ideas, if people have not worked on their ideas, like, we would literally still be in the dark ages. So the fact that people have worked on their ideas, who've come this far, so no idea is stupid. Whatever you think, right, it's possible. That's just one thing I've also learned. Like, whatever you think is possible, no idea is stupid. Number three is do not skip the fundamentals. Hey guys, this one, right, I had a problem dealing with this, because like, I always felt like I was going so slow and I needed to go fast. But then I also realized that I ignored the fundamentals. So you go to university, right? You do first year, second year, third year. Most people are fortunate to go straight to do their masters or to do their PhD. Some people, it's not that way. For me, it wasn't. I took 2 years, I took 2 years off studying. I started a business. I did like something entirely different to what I came out to do. And the thing about life is that if you don't practice something very often, you tend to forget it. So I did forget so many things. Besides, like, when I was in undergrad, trust me, I was reading to just pass my exams. Like, I just needed to pass my exams and get the hell out of university. I wasn't really studying to understand everything. So now that I've come back to do a master's is meant to build on what you've learned before. But it was quite difficult for me, because apart from the fact that undergrad was just for me to pass, like, I took 2 years out, I was doing something totally different. I'm back now. I had to deal with so many things. I had to find a balance between my work, between my business, between my studies, between so many things. I had to just find a balance. So it was quite difficult. So you need to don't skip the fundamentals. If you, for example, you're working on cancer research, let's say cancer research, whatever the fundamentals are, you need to learn them. And I think is that you're working in the lab, right? If something goes wrong, try and find out what went wrong so that you don't have to repeat the same mistake. It's part of the fundamental things that you need to know. And like the basic principle of everything you're doing, it might not even have to be with the lab, but the basic principles of whatever you're doing, you need to understand them, because that's like the building block of other things. If you do not understand the foundation, anything you're building on top is just trash. Like it will just be there. Like me, I was so confused so many times because I didn't really understand the basics of so many things. So when I'm speaking with my supervisor or like the PhD student that I'm working with, I'm just there like, what and what are we talking about today? You're trying to confuse me. So that's my supervisor, anytime he's asking a question, he ends it with, oh, it's not a trick question, because I'm just there overthinking every single thing, because I'm just thinking like, okay, what the hell is he saying right now? So yeah, don't skip the fundamentals. It's quite difficult going back to learn so many things, which is something that I've had to do, like go back and start relearning and start like reliving your past basically. And yeah, just work on it. Do not skip the fundamentals. So the next one is, do not be too hard on yourself. This one can be quite difficult because I know that I am not the only one sitting on this table. Do not be too hard on yourself, because if you're so hard on yourself, then you won't be able to achieve whatever you aim to achieve. And I say this because, for example, if you make a mistake, right? If you're so hard on yourself, sometimes you just dwell on that mistake. You don't think of other things that have gone right. You would not be in the right frame of mind to think of possible solutions to that problem that you're facing. You will not think of how can I get myself out of this situation. You would basically just be stuck on that problem. So don't be too hard on yourself. Another thing is that when you're too hard on yourself, it can lead to like depression, and you really don't want to be dealing with that. Like you really don't want to be dealing with the sense of feeling like a failure. You don't want to be dealing with that at all. So just know that life is life. If something goes right, it goes right. If it doesn't go right, just go with the flow. Don't be too hard on yourself. And I think is that when you're feeling down, when you're feeling sad, make sure that you have people around you that you can talk about it to. So you have people that can hold you accountable. I don't even understand what I mean, because what I do is that I have a friend, he's doing his PhD, which is amazing. Like, Arinze, if you're watching this, you know you're my G. Anyway, anytime that things are going crazy, I just go to his office and I just have a chat with him, and he's so wise, and he just lets me know like his own past experiences. He also has a website. I'm going to put his blog right here so you guys can go and check out like his website. Anyway, so he always has like wisdom to share with me, and it really helps me, because it helps me not to be so hard on myself. So I think I can advise you to also do that, or have like good friends that you can meet and discuss with that can help you. The next thing is, don't be proud. This one, but a lot of people have this problem. This problem is not really my problem, because to be honest, what am I proud for? But I do know that at the beginning I did have like a little bit of pride, because I'm just there like, can you please not speak to me that way? Well, you know, if you don't know shit, like you just need to take it and improve, because people would obviously always shovel you shit because they think you have to take it, or because they think that you're not worth it. Like, some people think that you've not proven yourself, so what's the point? They don't have the time they don't have the time to basically just help you or whatever. So sometimes you do have that pride, but don't be proud, because if you're too proud, people would not be able to help you. That's just the truth. If you're too proud, when you go and meet people that you need help, they will just look at you like you're crazy, or they will just like laugh at you or laugh you or go like behind you and talk about you, which is very, 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 very extremely common. And actually among human beings, like people will literally gossip about you just because you asked for help. So don't be proud, because if you're too proud, people can't help you. If you're too proud, you won't be able to make friends. So just lower your shoulder. If your shoulder is like this, bring it down so you can have a great time doing your masters or whatever you're doing. Please, pride, cut pride out of your behavior. Next thing is be a pest. This one, right, I literally had to teach myself to be a pest, because I don't like being a pest. I don't like annoying people. But then I also realized that if you don't disturb some certain people, right, they won't take what is happening seriously. For example, my supervisor, this is an amazing man, but I realized that I have to be a pest to him and the PhD that I'm working with, because if I don't chase them, they would think I'm fine. So this is a lesson I've had to learn. So I think maybe someone else, it can work for someone else. Just be a pest. If you need help, ask people. Don't assume that they might know what is happening, or don't assume that they would be able to decipher what is happening in your head. No one can do that. If you don't open your mouth and say this is what's happening, no one can help you. So be a pest. Another thing I learned is that if you're working in the lab technicians are your best friends. The lab technicians are your best friends. Should I say again? The lab technicians are your best friends. You guys, one thing is that, fortunately for me, I went back to the same university I did my undergrad in, and I knew some of the technicians, but like I'm sure they didn't even know me. But I knew so many of them because of like being in the labs and everything. When I started my masters, I'm a very friendly person, and I love everyone. Like, unless you hate me, then I hate you. But I love every single person. So the lab technicians are literally my G's. Like, I look forward to seeing them every single time. And one thing I've also learned is that when you are friendly with people, they are more willing to help you. So anytime I need help, I know that I can meet these people. Anytime like I'm stuck in like a corner, I just go and find one of the lab technicians, and they literally help me out. And even when things are going crazy, anytime I'm just there like, oh my god, what can I do? There was a time that like things were actually going to shit, and like this lab technician, she was like, Damn, just breathe. You need to breathe. Like, it's fine. You need to breathe. And I felt like that's comfort, and I felt like this is actually like amazing. So the lab technicians are your best friends. Don't think that, oh, what can they have to offer me? Because I know some people think that way. Some people think, oh, I'm doing my PhD, I'm doing my masters, or I have a tenure, though that I'm above them, whatever. Don't do that. These people are literally your best friends, because they work in the lab. They know where everything is. They know all the protocols that you might want to even do. Like, they know the basics, they know the fundamentals of every single thing. You guys, they're like a national treasure. I treasure them, to be honest. Like, I'm never going to lie. I treasure them. The lab technicians at University of the West of England, you guys are amazing. Next thing I have learned, you guys, I have like a whole list here. So if I'm looking down, just know that I prepared for this video. The next thing I have learned is have fun doing your work. Don't be rigid. For example, in the labs, I wear my headphones and I listen to music. Of course, I don't touch anything. Like, I have separate headphones for what I use in the lab to what I use in my house, so be guided. Anyway, but then like I have fun with what I'm doing. I make sure that I engage myself. Outside the lab, I also make sure I have a social life, because I've realized that some scientists are just, we have the tendency of being so engrossed in what we're doing that nothing else matters. And I also fell in that hole. Like, I know my friend Juwon, if you're watching this video, Juwon will be like, every time you're in the lab. But I literally could not be in the lab. From 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for like 4 weeks, I was straight in the lab, just doing experiments every blessed day. There was a time I was running experiments that every hour I'm in the lab. Like, literally, I had no sitting time. So I know we scientists, there's that tendency of falling in that rabbit hole, like you're just on it, which is necessary sometimes, but you need to find a balance. So outside uni work, outside lab work, outside all of that craziness, I also have a life, have distractions. For example, I do YouTube, which I love so much with my whole heart, because I just feel like like I'm doing something so different to what I am accustomed to, and I love it. Another thing is I go out with friends, we go out for dinner, we go out for lunch, we just catch up sometimes, and I take long walks. I can leave my house and trek for like an hour, just get lost. What I normally do is that I legit allow myself get lost, then I use Google Map and bring myself back home. Another thing I also do is I own a business, which is amazing. Even though I am not actively in the business because I am on sabbatical, I still like do research on how I can make the business better. So there's so many things that can take my mind off the craziness happening in the lab. So even when things are not going the way I want it to, I'm just like, okay, time to take a break. I take a break, do something else, then refresh my mind. You can go swimming or go to the gym. Now that self-isolation, we can't go to the gym. But when labs were still on and everywhere was working, nowhere was closed, I go to the gym. You need to just distract yourself, do something else apart from doing just one thing. It might be labs, it might be you doing your work. Just take some time out and enjoy life. Enjoy life outside that particular thing. Even if you own a business, take some time off that business, because if not, it will consume you. So yeah, the next thing I have learned is plan your lab schedule. Or is this schedule? Bro, anyway, just have a lab plan. When I started this masters, right, I remember we had to do like a plan of how we want our research work to go, and how we want to achieve, like just a timeline of each experiment and all. I didn't have that. I didn't really, because I didn't even understand what I was even doing. I had a plan, but I didn't really have a plan. And at that time, I felt like my supervisor should have helped me out, but he was just like, you do your plan and all. Anyway, that aside, that happened last year. Between last year and now, or yeah, I have grown extremely. So I realized that okay, doing an Emirates is quite different from doing a master's. Like, you literally are on your own, so you need to step up and nobody's here to baby you. So I had to drop a plan for myself and have like daily plans. Like, you literally have to plan your life a month ahead, which can be quite difficult for some people that like to live in the day. Like for me, I can just wake up today and like, okay, this is what I want to do. But it's not possible because you're working in the lab, you're working with so many things that can be out of your control. You're working with like reagents, you're working with things that you have to prepare beforehand. For example, if you're using like cell lines, you have to grow your cells for a while. You have to grow the quantities that you need. You need to work with bacteria. You have to streak your plates. There's so many things that you need to do to be able to achieve your aim. So you need to plan your time, plan your life. Like, it's quite difficult, but you need to. Some people might be like, it's easy, I just need to plan. Yeah, for some people it's easy, but for some of us, you literally have to sit down and legit like hammer it into your brain on how you have to plan yourself. So you can have like lab planners. They're on my study now, so I cannot start them from here, but I literally have like different books. I have one book that I plan my day-to-day. So I have my day-to-day planner of what I'm going to achieve in the lab. I also have a planner of what I want to achieve in total. So for example, if I want to watch a YouTube video if I want to watch YouTube for 30 minutes, I put it there. I plan my time and my play time and my lunch. And then I have a book where I plan my lab work for the day. I have a book where I plan my lab work for the week. I have a book where I plan my lab work for the month, and then I plan like my long-term lab work. I know that some people might think, oh, that's a lot, but for me, it really helped me to become more organized, because when you're not organized, everything will just be happening anyhow. Like, you will just be there crying every day because you don't know which load to carry, you don't know which load to bear at this particular moment. You're just there, it's so confused. So you need to plan your life, like plan everything. You guys, I'm telling you that it's really going to help. Just plan. It's quite difficult because for me, I find it difficult putting it down on paper, because that means I really have to do it. I don't know if other people are like me. If I write something down, I need to do it. That means I must do it. So I used to like plan on my phone and everything. I was like, let me just do something else now. But when you write it down, like you have it written down, you have to strike it out. You have to say, okay, I have done this. It might actually make a difference. For me, it makes a difference. So you might want to try it out. Another thing is be focused and determined. Determination is key. You have to be determined. You have to set goals for yourself and try and achieve those goals. It can be quite difficult, but even if you don't achieve 100% of whatever you set out to do, just make sure you give it your 100%. Like whatever goal that you set out to do, put 150% of your energy into it, so that when it doesn't work out, you're fine. You won't blame yourself and start thinking, oh, I wish I had done this differently. Of course you would think that, but you won't blame yourself. Especially for people that like very, very self-critical like me. I criticize myself a lot. So I try to be so determined and focused, which is comes quite easily to me, because when I set my mind on something, I must do it. As long as I've written it down, I'm going to achieve it. So, you know, just be more focused and determined, and don't let distractions like weigh you down. If something goes wrong, think of the positives that can happen. Think of how you can rectify it and move on. Just climb up back. There's nothing like failure. You guys, this is a different topic. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing that I have learned. So discipline. Discipline is so important, because if you're not disciplined, you can't achieve anything. And when I mean discipline, I thought, okay, am I disciplined? Do I wash my plates after I finish eating? Do I lay my bed when I wake up from sleep? It's not that kind of discipline. Discipline in the sense that you legit hold yourself accountable. Do you understand what I mean? Like, you have to be so disciplined. For example, you might be thinking, oh, okay, I just need to streak. Let's say I need to streak bacteria. I'm going to use science because that's what I know. But let's say that, okay, you need to do an experiment, right? And you need to start it at a certain time. So probably you need to start by 9 a.m. There is no room for, oh, let me do it by 9:30. Let me do it by 11. Let me do it by 8. It doesn't matter. Like, if you're doing research, you have to be able to be consistent, and it starts with discipline. If you're not disciplined, you would not be able to achieve it. Like, when I started this master's, right, I tell you that I thought I was the most disciplined person I had ever met in my life until I started this master's. I was like, wait, what's happening? You have to be so disciplined so that when things go crazy, you can be able to pinpoint where things went wrong. So, for example, before, when my experiments used to go crazy and things didn't used to work out, I just used to freak out. I'd be like, okay, what happened? But the thing is that I wasn't disciplined. I wasn't consistent, and I wasn't putting everything on paper. So have a lab book. If your lab book is this big, it doesn't matter. Have a lab book. Have a book that you write everything you do every single day, so that you can track whatever you're doing. So there's that. It's a very important lesson. And another thing, the last and not the least thing that I have learned is to log my journey. So throughout this master's thing that has been happening, I've always logged my journey. For example, like this YouTube helps me to log my journey. I have loads of videos that I have made. I just upload it on YouTube and just keep them private, and it helps me, because when things go crazy, I just go back and I watch the videos and okay, this is how Dami was in January, this was Dami's state of mind in December. Okay, what is Dami like now? And it really helps. Another thing is that you can have a gratitude jar. Let me show you guys my gratitude jar. Hold on a second. This is my gratitude jar. It looks like there's not a lot inside right now, but I literally write like paragraphs of what I'm grateful for every single day something happens. And it also helps me to log my journey, because when something happens and it's spectacular, I write it down and I keep it here. And I just I'm so grateful for so many things that have happened in my journey. So just log your journey, so that when all of this is over, when everything is over, you can go back and be like, okay, this was what happened, or this is how I overcame this situation. And it really, really helps. So yes, this is the end of this video. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure you like, subscribe. subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you share this video with your friends. If you're doing something different, you know, science-based, whatever you're doing, let us know what lessons you've learned so far. Let me know. If you want to email me, send me an email as well. Like, trust me, I will totally accept it. And yeah, like, if you have questions, let me know. If you want us to talk, you can follow me on Instagram and let's talk about it. But anyway, that's the end of this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.